When mentioning Nintendo, most people think of the original NES, Mario, or Donkey Kong. They have a long, strange history that some would consider odd. Fusahiro Yamauchi opened the door to Nintendo Koppai on September 23, 1889, producing handmade Hanafuda cards. At the time, gambling was illegal in Japan. Fusahiro realized he can produce high-quality handmade Hanafuda cards to bypass the laws and create an underground market of collectors trying to get each rare print.
Hiroshi Yamauchi became president of Nintendo in 1949, only finding success in 1956 through a licensing deal with Disney. This was followed by the Nintendo Taxi Service, High Labor Cost Sankum, The Love Hotel, TV Network, Home Appliances, Food, and every business failed.
In 1964, after the Kyoto Games, Nintendo stock dropped from 900 to 60 yen. In 1966, Gunpei Yokoi, Nintendo maintenance engineer, developed the Ultra Hand, followed by the Ultra Machine. These toys sold millions. Nintendo couldn't make enough profit selling toys. In 1973, Nintendo switched focus to family entertainment. Hiroshi Yamauchi, future president of Nintendo, invented the laser clay shooting system. Unfortunately, almost all orders were canceled due to the oil crisis. The high cost of maintenance led Nintendo to focus on the home console market. In 1977, Nintendo released the TV game 6, which featured 6 knockoff versions of Atari's major hit Pong, none of which could live up to the Pong name. Nintendo continued this trend, releasing the TV game 15, which now featured detachable controllers and 9 additional versions of Pong within a year of the TV game 6. In 1979, Shigeru Miyamoto designed his first console, Kinda, the Nintendo Color TV game block. In 1980, Nintendo's computer TV game system, and the instant arcade classic, Donkey Kong, came out and changed the fate of Nintendo. Because of Atari's lack of quality control and the general lack of quality in the industry, consumers started losing interest and trust. We found an old clip from ABC that piqued our interest. We thought it was relevant, so check it out.
Now, the chips, the technology that goes into this, was invented in the United States. Yet, the Japanese are the ones who make it a hit. Why is that?
Nintendo is a 100-year-old company in Japan, and they learned their lessons well.
When buyers lost interest in the first generation of video games about 4 years ago, Nintendo quietly watched as American companies quit the business. Nintendo then bought licenses to the best of the arcade games. They created new games by getting independent designers to compete against each other for the right to work with Nintendo.
How big a hit is this?
This is as big or bigger than anything the toy industry has ever seen. I'll give you one comparison. Barbie, which is an institution, does about $500 million a year. Nintendo does over 3 times as much.
Today, some people in the toy business suspect Nintendo's holding games back. And while videotaping in Japan, we did see plenty of the hard-to-get cartridges. The company denies that it's holding back.
Believe me, creating a shortage of this kind was nobody's design, and it's just one of those combinations of demand that far exceeded our most optimistic projections and an inability on the chip supplier to fulfill it.
Overall, Nintendo spent their time well, learning through all the ups and downs. And part 2 will be coming soon, where we'll talk about how the NES revived the game market and the mega hit, Nintendo's Game Boy. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment. Game Tato.